The Haight family tragedy. The perfect Mormon family that hid deadly secrets. Enoch, Utah murders. The perfect family that wasn't. On January the 4th, 2023, police in the quiet town of Enoch, Utah responded to a simple welfare check. What they found inside a tidy brick home on North Albert Drive would shock an entire state. 8 people dead, a grandmother, a mother, and 5 children ranging from just 4 to 17 years old. The man responsible? The family's own husband and father, 42-year-old Michael Haight. From the outside, the Haight's looked like the ideal Mormon family, but behind closed doors, years of control, fear, and escalating violence had been building toward catastrophe. This is the tragic story of the Haight family murders, and the warning signs everyone missed. Enoch is the kind of small Utah town people dream about raising kids in. With roughly 7,500 residents, tree-lined streets, and a tight-knit community where nearly everyone belongs to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, it feels safe. Neighbors know each other. Kids ride bikes freely. Homes rarely go up for sale. It's a place built on faith, family, and trust. Gail and Tausha Haight seem to fit that picture perfectly. The couple met years earlier at Southern Utah University and married in May 2003 after dating in their student ward. Michael worked as an insurance agent for Allstate. Steady, respectable. Tausha, who earned a degree in child development, stayed home to raise their 5 children, 17-year-old Macie, 12-year-old Briley, 7-year-old Sienna, 7-year-old Ammon, and 4-year-old Gavin. Tausha's 78-year-old mother, Gail Earl, had recently moved in to help with the kids. On social media, the family looked happy. Annual portraits showed smiling faces. Posts highlighted church events, sports games, holidays, and everyday joy. Neighbors later said the younger kids often played in nearby yards. The mayor himself remembered them fondly. To the outside world, the Haight's were living the small-town Utah dream. But in December 2022, everything quietly began to crack. On December 21st, Tausha filed for divorce. Court records show she initiated it, a detail that would later prove crucial. Friends and family said Tausha had grown increasingly fearful of Michael. In the days before the murders, she confided that Michael had removed all the guns from the home. Both Tausha and her mother were trained with firearms and usually kept them for protection. Without them, Tausha felt vulnerable. She had every reason to. Just 2 weeks after the divorce filing, on the morning of January the 4th, a co-worker called police because Tausha had missed an appointment, completely unlike her. When officers arrived at the home that afternoon, they discovered the unimaginable. All 8 family members shot to death. Michael had killed his wife, his 5 children, and his mother-in-law before turning the gun on himself. What unfolded in that house exposed a hidden pattern of domestic abuse that had been reported years earlier and ignored. The warning signs were there. The system had a chance to intervene, and it didn't. In the next chapter, we'll go back to 2020, when a brave 14-year-old girl told police her father was choking her, and she feared he would kill her. What happened, or didn't happen, next would cost 8 lives. The warning signs everyone ignored. In the days after the murders, the small town of Enoch reeled. 8 lives gone in one morning. Vigils sprang up overnight. Flowers and teddy bears piled at the doorstep of the Haight home. Over 800 people attended the funerals. But as details emerged, shock turned to anger. How could this happen in a place like Enoch? How could no one have seen it coming? The truth is, someone had seen it coming. Years earlier, in 2020, police had been called to the Haight home for a potential assault. What investigators uncovered that day painted a chilling picture of control, isolation, and physical violence. Classic red flags of domestic abuse that experts say often precede lethal escalation. The call came on August 27, 2020, from someone outside the family who heard or witnessed something alarming enough to dial police immediately. When officers arrived, they interviewed the eldest daughter, Macie Haight, then just 14 years old. Macie was brave. She told investigators her father, Michael, had been physically abusing her for years, since 2017 when she was only 11. She described multiple incidents in detail, one of the most disturbing. Michael grabbing her by the neck in the kitchen pantry and choking her so hard she feared he would kill her. "I was very afraid he was gonna keep me from breathing and kill me," she told officers. Those were her exact words. In another incident, Michael grabbed Macie by the shoulders and slammed her head repeatedly against the wooden back of a couch. She described the pain, the terror, the helplessness. Macie also revealed how Michael treated her mother, Tausha. He routinely belittled Tausha in front of the children, calling her stupid and lazy. He took away her phone and iPad to prevent her from leaving the house or contacting anyone. Textbook isolation tactics. When Macie tried to defend her mother, from the verbal attacks, Michael's rage only grew worse. The abuse spread like a poison through the family. Investigators confronted Michael. He denied assaulting his daughter, calling it all a misunderstanding. He admitted getting angry but blamed external stress. His father's recent death, his brother's divorce. He never took responsibility. He showed no remorse for the fear he'd instilled in his own child. Tausha, when interviewed, said she did not want charges filed. Like so many victims, she hoped the investigation itself would shock Michael into changing. She wanted to keep the family together. She feared what pushing harder might unleash. And then came the failure that haunts this case. Despite clear evidence of physical abuse, including choking, which experts identify as one of the strongest predictors of future homicide, no charges were ever filed. The Iron County District Attorney's Office later explained they never even received the police reports for review. The case was never formally screened. Instead, officers gave Michael a verbal warning. The allegations were close to assaultive, and he should continue anger management counseling. Then they closed the file. No protective order, no firearm restrictions, no follow-up visits to check on the children's safety. 3 years later, Macie, the girl who had spoken up, who had trusted the system to protect her, was dead, along with her mother, her siblings, and her grandmother. In the next chapter, we'll examine the chilling digital evidence that proves this wasn't a spontaneous act of rage. Michael Haight had been planning the murders for weeks, maybe longer, researching exactly how to carry them out without anyone stopping him. The calculated execution. The investigation into the Haight family murders revealed something far more disturbing than a crime of passion. This was no momentary breakdown. Michael Haight had planned the annihilation of his entire family with cold, meticulous precision. In the weeks leading up to January 4th, 2023, Michael's digital footprint told a chilling story. Forensic examiners recovered deleted search history from his devices that showed he had been researching how to commit mass murder and get away with it as long as possible. One search stood out above the rest. Can neighbors hear gunshots? That single question exposes the calculated mindset of a family annihilator. Michael wasn't asking out of idle curiosity. He was assessing risk. He wanted to know if the sound of gunfire would carry across the half-acre lots typical in Enoch. He needed to be certain no one would hear the shots and call police before he finished. He already knew the answer. The homes in his neighborhood are spaced far apart. Solid brick construction, winter conditions, and the fact that most neighbors would be at work on a Wednesday morning, all worked in his favor. In the end, he was right, despite 8 gunshots inside the house. Not one neighbor reported hearing anything unusual. But the searches went much deeper. Michael researched firearm lethality, how quickly a person loses consciousness from different gunshot wounds, whether certain injuries are instantly fatal, how to ensure no one survives. He looked up forensic techniques, how police trace digital evidence, typical response times for welfare checks in rural areas, and what investigators look for at crime scenes. He even searched for other family annihilators, reading case studies, patterns, and outcomes. He knew these crimes often end with the perpetrator's suicide. He understood exactly what he was becoming, the timely. He makes the premeditation undeniable. Tausha filed for divorce on December 21st, 2022. The murders happened just 14 days later. But some of Michael's searches dated back further, suggesting the idea had been forming in his mind long before the divorce papers were filed. Experts on family annihilators describe a consistent profile. Perpetrators who view their family not as individuals with rights, but as possessions, extensions of their own identity. When control begins to slip through separation or divorce, the loss becomes intolerable. Rather than accept that their wife and children can leave, they destroy them. Michael had spent years exerting dominance. He isolated Tausha by taking her phone and iPad. He physically attacked Macie when she challenged him. He created an environment of fear. The moment Tausha moved to leave, taking the children with her, his carefully constructed image of the perfect family began to crumble. In his mind, if he couldn't have them under his control, no one would have them at all. This wasn't rage. This was ownership, taken to its most lethal extreme. The tragedy is compounded by the knowledge that intervention could have changed everything. In 2020, when Macie reported being choked and said she feared her father would kill her, authorities had clear evidence. Choking is one of the strongest predictors of future homicide in domestic violence cases. Yet no charges were filed, no protective orders, no firearm restrictions, no follow-up. 3 years later, 8 people were dead. The Haight family story is a devastating reminder that domestic violence escalates when ignored. It doesn't go away. It doesn't improve with warnings alone. And when abusers have access to guns and a history of lethal warning signs, the outcome can be catastrophic. If you or someone you know is experiencing abuse, emotional, physical, controlling, or isolating behavior, please reach out. Help is available 24/7. Call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233 SAFE. Text START2 88788 or visit thehotline.org. You're not alone. Your life matters. There are people ready to believe you and help you find safety. The Haight family deserve better. Macie deserved to grow up. Briley, Sienna, Ammon and Gavin deserve to live full lives. Tausha and Gail deserve safety and peace. May they rest in peace. Thank you for watching this series. If this story moved you, please like, subscribe and share so more people learn the warning signs that can save lives. Take care of each other.